What's up, y'all? It's your boy J Will. So it is day 12 of Youth Program 7. It's about finding out, the things that what you got going on in life. And also, it's about finding, peace, finding happiness within yourself. Sometimes, as a person, if you're not happy in life, if you're not where you want to be in life, you feel like you're not reaching your goals, your potential, or you feel like you're not finding that right person. I'm going to explain y'all why. Is because like I realize as a person, if you take one day at a time to like absolutely work on like your mental health, your physical health, everything in general, it's about finding out what you want to do for your life. Because like as a person, I gotta pursue happiness within myself. If I feel like I'm not where I want to be in life, if I feel like I'm not happy in life, if I feel like if I have to go for a walk or if I have to like really, you know, um, to let out, frustrations, to let out, you know, um, anxiety, depression, or like, sometimes people get emotional or, people break down. It's because like sometimes like a lot of people like going through something on a regular basis, but sometimes we live in a time where like when people is going through struggles, people going through ups and downs, and you're not feeling right with yourself because you're not where you want to be. It's because there are times in life where when you give up in life, when you give up on yourself, when you like gave up on yourself, like you stop doing you. You stop doing the things which you needed to do for yourself to please this person, to love this person, to really pour into that cup onto that person and not onto yourself. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong about friendships, relationships, or associates. Don't get me wrong. But my thing about it is, it's about finding happiness within yourself to find peace and to find joy. You know what I'm saying? What makes you truly happy? Sometimes as a human being, you got to find happiness. And whatever you're going through in your life, whatever it is, sometimes in life you have to be alone sometimes. I'm sorry, like there are times like you have to be by yourself to like really like not absolutely not necessarily always be by yourself, but temporarily like one day at a time to be by yourself, to like really have some breathing room, to really have space. Because I realize as a person you got to have space. You got to have space, and you got to have like time to yourself to like really find love within yourself. When people get into these relationships or friendships, don't get me wrong, that's amazing. That's awesome. That's what's up. You're entitled to anybody in your life. You're entitled to love. Four-letter word. You know what I'm saying? You're entitled to love within that person, within anybody who's trying to meet. But my thing about it is sometimes like trying to love everybody, trying to please everybody. You can't please everybody, and you can't satisfy everybody if you're not satisfied within yourself. You can't please everybody, and you can't satisfy, somebody, somebody instead of yourself. Because I realized as a person, like I realized when I done that, like pleasing everybody, loving everybody instead of loving myself. Sometimes I feel down, and I feel down, and I feel like I don't have nothing left for myself. And then like when I'm going through things in life, when I was going through, pain or suffering, and feel like I need to talk to somebody, or not only that, I could just go for a walk, listen to some music, no, 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 you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I feel like I gotta let something out of my head, because if I'm not right with myself, then I gotta step out, and I gotta really finding ways to make me happy, to really find ways what makes me happy. Because as a human being, you gotta find ways what makes you happy. There's somebody in your life that who you met in your life, who you have in your life, that's not making you happy, and they pulling you down, they not motivate you to do the things that you want to do in life. I realize as a human being, you gotta get up and you gotta engage with the world, like engage with like freedom to find happiness within yourself. Because you gotta find peace. You gotta be like, you know, be by yourself, and to find space, to find, you know, leverage, to find love. Because sometimes in life you gotta be alone sometimes. There's nothing wrong about being alone. I'd rather not necessarily always be alone, but sometimes you got to have space. You know what I'm saying? Have space to like really find yourself in a position to like really find things what makes you happy. What makes you happy is yourself. What makes you happy is your mindset, is your mental health. You know what I'm saying? Your mental health. So if you find ways to find what makes you happy in life, you'll have nothing to worry about. Because I realize as a person, you gotta find steps. You gotta find steps in life to really break that cycle, to really break that chain of redemption. Yeah, redemption of feeling like of really feeling alone, or like really break that cycle of redemption of anxiety or like depression. If you suffer with depression, if you're not like if you're not happy in life, what makes you unhappy? What makes you feel like you're not happy in life? Is it your finances? Is it the environment? Is it the people? Or is it things going on in the world? Is it like your love life, your friends, or your relatives, something in life? But I realize as a person, like you know, like within this time, within this day, it's about day forward in life. It's about finding what makes you truly happy. You know what I'm saying? Before you even love everybody, before you even accept everybody in your life, accept yourself first. Put yourself first. Always love yourself first. You know what I'm saying? You can't love everybody. You can't you can't please everybody. You see, sometimes we want to be people pleasers. People pleasers of feeling like you gotta please and you gotta help that person, and you gotta like really like really pour into that cup instead of your cup, instead of finding happiness with yourself. With people in these relationships and friendships, sometimes people not happy with themselves for a little bit, and sometimes people can, you know, not feeling happy or not feeling right with themselves because people feel lonely. And don't get me wrong, like loneliness, like everybody gets bored. Like people get bored sometimes. Like, you know, I get bored. Sometimes in life, when I get bored, I don't necessarily get bored because if you're bored, there's things to do with your life. You go for a walk, you listen to music, or you can like you know you can like go to the park. Find happiness. But sitting at home, staring at a wall, and not really doing nothing with yourself, and not really reaching your not reaching your potential, not reaching your goals in life, that's like a distraction in your mind to tell you that you're not reliable, like that you're not strong enough to get through your struggles, your pain and suffering. You're not strong enough to get through your mental health. You are strong enough to get through to get through your mental health. And sometimes in life, you got to do what makes you happy. What makes you happy? Because I realize as a human being, you got to get up engaged. You got to get up engaged with with get up engaged with happiness. Get up engaged with growth, with self-love. Self-love is self-care. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to find love within yourself. Your friends, associates, you know what I'm saying? Whoever you hang out with, whoever you're in love with is whoever you're in love with. But sometimes in life, you got to engage, got to get up. You know what I'm saying? Because like if you're tired to go through that stress, if you're tired to go through that redemption of anxiety, of like really let someone fill your mind up with negativity, with distraction, like you gotta let that person go. You gotta cut ties, and you gotta go forward. Like because I realize as a human being, cut ties, move on in life. It's a perfect example for your freedom of your happiness, of your freedom of your peace and your space. But sometimes in life, you gotta find love within yourself. So until then, it all starts with you. Okay, so please share this video to people who want to hear it, and also it's your boy J Will. Like, comment, subscribe, and also um, let me know how you like the video, and let me know that, your life is about happiness and growth, and, it's about protecting your mental health, to work on this. You know what I'm saying? Work on this. Okay, so let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. So it's your boy J Will, and I see you guys next time. And please be safe, and please have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy your night. You know what I'm saying? But it's about finding love within yourself. So it's your boy J Will. So I see you guys next time, and thanks for watching.